You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
So it could be, ballpark, it could be $50, it could be $500 or more for businesses.
The Gibson City mayor says roughly 1,800 home and business owners are saddled with paying inflated property tax bills due this week. Good evening, I'm Jessica Coons.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. And to sit down with the city leader today, we learned just how widespread and expensive Ford County's accidental computing error has become. Our Target 3 investigative reporter, Renee Cooper, has been pushing for answers. Renee, what have you learned?
Well, Jennifer, about 18% of the town's property tax statements were roughly 40 to 50% higher than last year. Mayor Dan Dickey says the bill for his home was up 60%, and the city didn't raise taxes. It's all linked to $232,714 that the city thought it covered to avoid charging the taxpayers. And that today we discussed why that money is owed and what officials are doing to correct the costly mistake.
The idea was to build a new pool. Our Gibson City pool is over 100 years old.
To do so, Gibson City Mayor Dan Dickey says they filed a TIF bond with the county, meaning the city plans to use an expected increase in future tax revenue to pay for the pool without raising taxes.
We put that on hold because costs went way up.
In the meantime, the city filed a tax abatement ordinance covering its debt to the county for the year to keep the promise not to raise taxes.
And that got missed. That's what the problem is.
The Ford County Clerk and Recorder says she accidentally missed the abated $232,000 when she finalized levies and sent them to the treasurer to then bill city residents.
Now, to be fair, they did send us a verification letter, and admin, like they have every year, signed off on it, sent it back. They did not catch the county's mistake.
In emails WCIA obtained, the Illinois Municipal League advised the mayor to request that the county reimburse taxpayers because the city properly filed the ordinance.
I'm not concerned about the mistake. I'm more concerned about how we fix it.
At this point, that won't happen before Gibson City taxpayers make the first of 2 payments by Friday. In another obtained email to the Ford County State's attorney, the mayor pushed for the county to correct the inflated payments by subtracting the overpayments from the second installment. The city offered to cover 50% of the cost.
That's what we're hoping, but that is totally up to the county.
The county was more responsive after our sit-down with the mayor. The treasurer, whose office would need to reissue these bills, told me that's unlikely. She says there isn't enough time or staff to redo the 18% of Gibson City's bills that are incorrect without delaying distribution of tax money to all cities in Ford County. That could leave these property owners and businesses without relief until next year, which the mayor says could come with tax liabilities.
If they pay us back next year, if the county does, it's the value of our money is going to be a lot less, just based on inflation. It's going to hurt our residents. It's not a good year.
Now, part of the reason there's so little time to fix this is the tax bills were sent out months late to begin with. The county clerk blamed the delay on the vacancy in the county assessor's seat, and that's the office where the property tax process begins. Ultimately, it's become a costly, tough-to-fix mistake that could have been stopped in several places. To add another layer of protection, Mayor Dickey suggested requiring all finalized levies be signed off by a city official like himself, the city treasurer, or a clerk. Live in the newsroom, Renee Cooper, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Renee, thank you for getting those answers. Now, city and county officials have met twice this month and will meet again Friday. The treasurer hopes a solution is agreed upon then, although she says it's unlikely taxpayers will get their money back until next year. The mayor believes it can happen sooner. The first tax installment is due Friday the 2nd, November 18th.